On the other side of the world, China is throwing a big party. Its Belt and Road Initiative is turning 10, and like any excited parent, China is leaving no stone unturned to celebrate the occasion. Not even a war can dampen its spirits, it seems. The chief guest has already arrived in China. I'm talking about Russian President Vladimir Putin. He reached Beijing this morning and he got a grand welcome. Tomorrow he will sit down with the Chinese president for talks.
President Putin arrived in Beijing this morning and will be invited by President Xi to attend the third Belt and Road Summit Forum for the international cooperation and to participate in related activities. The two heads of state will meet and have an in-depth exchange of views on bilateral relations and issues of common concern.
Putin has barely traveled outside Central Asia since the war, but he did come all the way to China. Shows you the extent of their no-limits friendship between the two countries. That said, this visit has a lot of purpose. The first, of course, is symbolism. China and Russia call themselves close friends. This phase of the friendship was forged in 2013. Their leaders have many similarities. Both were born just months apart. Both were affected by the fall of the Soviet Union. For Putin, it was a personal disaster. For Xi Jinping, it was a cautionary tale. Both rule with an iron fist. So they do have a lot in common, and that has contributed to their blossoming friendship. Xi Jinping calls Putin his best friend, and Putin agrees.
Chairman Xi Jinping calls me his friend, and I call him my friend. We have a popular saying, tell me who your friend is, and I'll tell you who are you. That's how the saying goes. So, if I start praising President Xi Jinping, I would have the awkward feeling that I'm lauding praise on myself. This is why I will try to be objective.
So it's a long friendship forged in their love for vodka shots and their hate for the West. Plus, the Ukraine war has brought them closer. China portrays itself as a neutral player, as a neutral party, but supports Russia in more ways than one. China is Russia's largest trading partner. Last year, trade between the two nations reached a record $190 billion. Basically, for Moscow, Beijing is an economic lifeline. Meanwhile, for China, Russia is a major source of oil and gas. Moscow also aims to build a second natural gas pipeline to China, which is why heads of Russia's oil and gas giants, Rosneft and Gazprom, are in Beijing too. They're part of Putin's traveling delegation. That said, Putin's visit is more about political support and less about securing big-ticket deals. But while the two leaders celebrate BRI and strengthen ties, the Israel-Hamas war will also be high on the agenda. Putin has spoken to multiple leaders in the region. Beijing has dispatched its special envoy to West Asia. Both sides are tracking the developments closely. On Monday, Russia drafted a UN Security Council resolution. It called for a ceasefire in Gaza, but it failed to secure the votes, so it was rejected. Doesn't mean Moscow will give up. Both Putin and Xi Jinping are eyeing the role of peacemaker, and it looks like they will try to pick up the baton soon.